In this video, we're going to replace the turn signal in my square body crew cab.
Want to go for a ride in my square body?
Yeah. We're finally gonna get around to actually fixing the crew cab the way it needs to be fixed. So we have a slew of issues going on. Today we're gonna be tackling the first and main issue. So late last year when we were driving this thing, the turn signal cam started, misfunctioning. I actually currently have that out right now, but basically it'll barely work. I pretty much have to press and hold it up to make the right turn signal work, but then the left turn signal does not work at all. And basically what that is, it's just the switch in the column. You can actually see it kind of functioning behind the steering wheel there. Yeah, that's it rotating. Basically, because they're plastic, they just get old and brittle and break. And I accidentally actually broke the lever because it broke and I was making a turn and I had the trailer behind me, and I'm like, well, I don't want to be like every other, driver and just not use the turn signal. So I pressed down a little hard and I just broke the end off. Good thing I have a bunch of extra ones around, but we need to get this out of the way and we need to pull the steering wheel off to get inside this column to get to the turn signal switch, pull the old one out, and then I have a new one from Rock Auto right there. So let's pull this steering wheel. That little button and spring were retained here behind like that collet. Make sure you don't lose those. But now that we got to this point, basically we got to pull this big nut off, get in here with a wheel puller, and basically pull the steering wheel off. Got the wheel puller on it. I already have it pretty much loose, but she should be. Bam, there it is. All right. So now we need to get back in behind this guy. Our cam turn signal switch is going to be right there. Okay, so I thought I had like a tool for pressing this in to get, there's a little ring in there that you got to get out. I didn't have one, so I just custom fabbed one up. So basically just a piece of angle that I had, I just zapped it, cut it to the right diameter that I thought, or width, that would work for this, and then just drilled a hole through it. And I'm utilizing the nut on the threaded end for where the steering wheel goes to just press this down a little bit, just so we can get that ring out. But now that we have it out, pull it off the rest of the way and this will come right off. Well, I pulled this off here and noticed this bracket was loose, and it works now. That's all it was. It was just that little screw came loose. Oh, well, I mean, we're here. Might as well just chuck the new one in it, right? So we got the screws out. There's three. There's one here, one down here, and then one up here. The other one that you do not want to forget about is your hazard switch. There's a little screw in the hazard switch that comes in through the side of the column here. Make sure you pull that out, because if you pull these three out and you're yanking on it, you're like, well, it ain't coming out. That's probably because your hazard switch is still in there. So make sure you pull that out. Now, I already have these pre-pulled off, but we had to pull this cover off, and then normally there'd be one here. This truck's missing it, so it's not a big deal. But those two have to come out of the way, and then we're gonna have to get up into the column there. Where are those two bolts? There they are. And we just need to drop the column down a little bit so we can fish the old turn signal cam out and then fish this new one in. Alrighty, we dropped that bottom bracket off for the steering column, so that's kind of hanging now. And I have the turn signal switch starting to slowly come out of it. The wires do get caught, so you kind of have to just play with it a little bit. There's also this sleeve in here that it retains in, so we'll just have to gently persuade it out. Alrighty, after some wiggling, we got her out. I don't know what that gray one goes to, but that was already pre-ripped. I noticed that down there before. I'm not sure what that does, but regardless, that doesn't matter, because now we're gonna go ahead and fish our new one in. I also do need to go back through the harness here, see where this black one goes, so I can completely pull this out and get the new one in. Alrighty, I'm just working on reassembling here. We got the new cam switch in, we're getting these screws in. We gotta get this lever fed back in. And that guy just kind of hoops down in here. If I can get it in there with one hand. And then comes up like that. And then, yeah. Need three hands. But yeah, so basically we're gonna button this all back up, get that lever back in there, and then you know, make sure that everything's back in here. And then we should be good to start reassembling that guy and then getting the steering wheel back on. All right, we just used my custom fabbed little bracket here. Once again, compressing this plate down. We got that lock ring slipped back in the place, so we're good to take this off. That plate is on. Then we can get the steering wheel back on. All right, to roll back together. What do we got? Ooh. Ooh, smooth as butter. Oh, yes. Sweet. Back in business, baby. Okay, so I'm a liar. We're not quite done yet. So, obviously, turn signals work with this new switch. Difference between this one and the old one is that this truck obviously had cruise control, and that's the end that I unfortunately broke off. I could probably glue it back together and stuffed it back in if I wanted to. I opted not to because I saved this one from the S10. The only issue is that I saw is when it's time to turn the wipers on. Oh, it's on high. Wipers don't go. Push for the mist. Oh, see, it's not even working now. Before, I'd have to hit the mist button to get the wipers to actuate. So, pulled that one out, and just for poops and giggles, I thought I messed something up in the actual column itself. That's not the case here. So I reassembled the old one. Oh, all of a sudden the wipers want to work again. So basically, there's a difference from the way that the cruise control ones are keyed from the non-cruise control ones. Because I even had another extra square body one. And if we get it set in here, hit it. Oh, see, there it is. You have to push it all the way forward, and it just does the mist. So I started looking at these, and this little divot here happens to be indexed just a little bit differently. Fortunately enough for me, I have enough GM vehicles around here. Here's another cruise control one that is pretty much identical to this one. So we'll go ahead and we'll put in this one, and hopefully that will solve our issues. Wham, bam, clam. There it is. So that's going to be our turn signal switch for right now. Shout out to Black Betty for giving up her goods once again. That poor car. I literally just make it give me everything it's got. So that's all functional now. Now we're good to throw it all back together now that we have functional wipers. So, and the low and high mode really doesn't work, but really all I care about is when I'm going down the road for right now at this very moment until we come back in here and rehab all of this is if it's going to rain, I kind of need windshield wipers, and I don't want to be having you know, not work when I need them to. So there is a slight difference if you have extra stuff laying around. If you got a cruise control one, make sure you put the cruise control one back in it. Because like I said, basically if this thing's, and that's even too, you pull the collet down off of these. If you look, it's indexed in there for the mist wipers. As see how this one's so much different, how that's such a wider gap. And I would assume, yeah. So basically they're just indexed differently. So if you're trying to throw one of these together, it will work for turn signaling, but it ain't going to work for your, you know, weesh wash. And weesh wash is kind of important. So especially considering I got a 2-hour drive ahead of me tomorrow and it's supposed to rain. So, oh, I'm sorry. I just smacked you in the face with that. I apologize, bub. But yeah, so there we go. All right. Now we're ready to go here. There you have it. New turn signal cam is in and it functions properly the way it should. Big win. We can start running this thing around now. So hopefully that video helped you guys out, showed you how to do it. Again, I'm not a professional. I just kind of, you know, put her in there and it worked. If there's any advice that I'm going to give you is just be patient, be slow, be methodical. Make sure you don't lose any of the parts. Just take your time and go through it. And you should be good. So like I said, hopefully this video helped. We'll catch you next time here on Boney Revivals. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Do me a favor, get out in the shop, start wrenching on your projects. Your dreams will not work unless you do. And if you guys got a project that you're working on, let me know.